most healers and coaches don't even realize that they're playing small. They think they're manifesting more, they're strategizing better, they're working harder, but in reality, they're capping their own success because they haven't fully claimed their internal $1 million energy yet. And I know this because I did the same thing. I want you to stop playing small. I want you to shift into your $1 million energy, and I'm going to teach you how. So here are some of the hidden ways that you might be playing small right now, even if you don't think you are. Even if you're like, Mariah, this is bullshit. I already know that I'm expansive. I already know that I'm doing things really big. I already know that I'm doing way more than 95% of most people. That might be true. And you're probably still playing small. There's still more ways for you to expand and grow and reach more people and expand your income, expand your impact in way bigger ways than what you're thinking right now. As always, this is coming from my own personal experience. This is not coming from this like elevated ego state of me being like, oh, you suck, you silly little peasant, you're below me. It's coming from a place of like massive realizations that I'm going to share with you today. So in this episode, I'm going to share with you some of the sneaky beliefs that are keeping you stuck at your current level, like thinking that more money equals more responsibility and more stress. Yes, in some ways, it does take more responsibility, absolutely. You have to be the person who's willing to be the steward of that responsibility. You have to be the person who is willing to like spread out and share that responsibility with more people than just you, because it's gonna be bigger. If you're really doing something massive in the world, you're gonna need a bigger support team than just you. You don't want to be a solopreneur if you're wanting to impact tens or hundreds of millions of people. You're gonna want a team. You're gonna want to have co-facilitators. You're gonna want to have more support. And so more responsibility, more money equals more responsibility? Absolutely. Of course it does. But it doesn't have to equal more stress. We get to rewire that within ourselves. You might also have beliefs like charging higher means I need to prove my value. Such a freaking common one. You might be thinking I should just be grateful for what I have. Yes, and if you have a bigger vision, which I know that you do, you've got to honor that. You've got to go for it. You've got to fucking run towards it. And there's this ceiling effect that most entrepreneurs don't realize that they're hitting. So we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about why you keep hitting the same income level even when you do the work, and the difference between wanting more and actually being available for more. So the main thing that I want for you to take away from really this entire episode, but this part so far, is your business can never grow beyond the level of power that you allow yourself to hold. So charging more means I need to prove my value. It absolutely doesn't, and this is something that so many, especially healers, get really caught up thinking, especially if you are the kind of person who likes to ask lots of questions, who has really, really high standards, who likes to feel really supported. You might think that you're high maintenance. You might think that other people can't meet your standards, meet your expectations, but the truth is there are a lot of other people out there who love the high standards that you hold and who are willing to meet you as an equal and even as an expander of it can even be better than what you believe is possible right now. And so just know that charging higher doesn't mean that you need to prove your value. It means that you need to just let people see that you are the expert that you say you are. Because I already know that you're the expert. I already trust you. I already believe you. You just need to let us experience that. You just need to let us feel your confidence, because it's not the loudest person in the room who wins, it's the most confident person. There are a lot of people out there selling complete bullshit, but they're confident as fuck about it, so it's working. So put on that confidence shirt and get out there and do it. You don't need to prove your value. It's already valuable. You've already created a transformation at the bare minimum within yourself, and for many of you watching this, likely within hundreds, maybe even thousands of clients. You don't need to prove your value. You need to prove your confidence in your method, in your system, in your framework to get people the result that they want. That's all that you really need to do. Thinking I should just be grateful for what I have. You should be grateful for what you have. And if you have a bigger vision, you should also be moving towards that in massive ways. You should also be committing to things that expand you, that make you really committed to creating that vision, to bringing that vision into a reality rather than just keeping it as something that's in your mind, that's in a ethereal future place. Yeah, you keep hitting the same income level even when you do the work. This is an underlying, usually like self-worth, self-trust, energetic thing. It's not a strategy thing. It's an identity piece of you not actually, two things. It's either you not actually fully believing in yourself. You're probably finding loopholes within your own mind, within your own subconscious, to kind of manipulate through this like corn maze internally of like, well, of course I believe in myself, of course I trust this, of course, you know, whatever kind of lie we're unintentionally telling ourselves. But that the underlying truth that's showing up in your reality is saying, I don't believe that yet. I don't believe I'm worthy of it yet. I don't believe I've proven my value enough yet. I don't believe this is possible for me yet. And it's also not that you have to believe that it's possible, but it sure makes it a lot faster and easier when you do. And that's a nervous system thing. And the second way that that might be showing up for you, if you're like, that is absolutely not the case for me, it's definitely not it. The second way it might be showing up is that you're not actually taking the action that you know you need to be taking in order to get there. There's things that have been popping up intuitively for you that you're just kind of being like, I don't know, sounds scary, I'm not going to do that right now. Or that maybe you're like, oh yeah, that sounds a little scary and I know I need to do it, I'll get to it at some point. Some point is here. Some point is today. Someday is today. Do the thing today. Do the thing that you know you've been needing to do for a while, the actual action that you need to take. Go do it today and tell me about how your business changes today because of taking that one action. The difference between wanting more and actually being available for more. My favorite kind of story about this, my favorite example of this is really looking at relationships. You know, when people talk about if you want the partner to come in, but you've got your bed in a corner in the wall, and there's no space for your partner to actually enjoy your home and your space with you, that's energetically saying, I am not ready for the partner yet. I don't want the partner here yet. When you actually want the partner, you're creating a space that would welcome them. You're creating a space that welcomes them if they show up tomorrow. Where it's like, hey look, there's another bedroom for you. There's space for your stuff. There's whatever it is. And this is just a very, very obvious like physical representation of it. But what are ways that you can do that in your business? What are ways that you're saying one thing, you're saying I really want this is the vision that I'm holding, maybe I'm doing manifestation practices for it every day, but things in my physical space around me, things in the way that my business is actually set up, is actually repelling it, is actually blocking it from coming in, is not welcoming it, is not inviting it. So for us personally, I actually realized that $200,000 a month was actually us playing really, really small. That's been our goal for the last couple of years, and we've hit 100K months multiple times, but 200K has just been this like, why aren't we hitting it? Why aren't we getting there? And I believe it's Grant Cardone has a book called 10X is Easier Than 2X. Highly recommend it, by the way. And after going to an event a couple of weeks ago, being around people in the room who are making $1 million a month, $10 million a month, $100 million a month, we really, really recognize like, holy fuck, we've been playing way too small. And we have this really, really deep desire to reach hundreds of millions of people and to help hundreds of millions of people around the world. And we haven't been acting like it. We haven't been showing up like it. We've been kind of lazy with our team. We haven't been leading them in the best possible way. We haven't been showing up as the leaders that we know we can be and should be for our clients, for our team, for everyone. It's like, we're doing great. It's not like we're being negligent or, you know, like ignoring people or anything, but we're not showing up as leaders who are impacting hundreds of millions of people right now. And so, yeah, we recognized that we were subconsciously capping ourselves. I realized I was subconsciously capping myself, thinking like, well, I gotta hit 200K first and then I can aim for $1 million. Not true. The reason that the 10X is easier than 2X concept is even possibly remotely true is because When you focus on doing 10 times what you're doing right now, you have to weed out the 80% that's just a waste of time. And I talked about that in another episode. You have to weed out the 80% that's actually a distraction. Focus on the 20% that's working phenomenally and go all in on that without hesitation, without slowing down, without questioning yourself, without doubting yourself. And that's exactly what we started doing the second that we realized this at the event. Half of our team quit. Multiple other life things happened, and we had to make some shifts very, very, very quickly, and a lot of them were really painful. And because of that, we're already feeling the momentum shift, and it always happens internally before it shows up externally. Whatever you're experiencing in your business right now is a result of what you've been feeling and thinking for the last 3, 6, 9, 12 months. The last 3 are like the best representation. But if you've been really repeating something to yourself really hard for the last year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, that's what's showing up in your reality right now. It's not what you've been focusing on this week. It's not what you've been focusing on today. It's the compound effect of what you've been focusing on, the energy that you've been in for the last at least 3 months. That's like the shortest time frame. So if you can commit to 90 days of what I'm teaching you here, you will be living a completely different life within that time. So like I said, I thought that I was aiming really big with 200K months, but I was actually holding myself back. I know I have so much more inside of me to give. And the shift from working towards success to actually stepping into it now is also very, very different, because when we're working towards something, and again, I talked about this in another episode, but when we're working towards something, it's really this like externalized future pacing thing where it's like, oh yeah, someday in the future I'll do that. I'm working towards this goal, so I'm taking like one action per week to get there, versus us stepping into this right now has actually been doing what I thought we would never ever do, which has been the last 2 Mondays we've had like 3 to 6 hour long sessions where we're doing deep dives in our business. And again, it doesn't feel like really hard, grueling, terrible work. It feels fulfilling and fun and playful and pleasureful and joyful and expansive. And I've even noticed for myself different ways that in the past I've judged other leaders, being like, oh, well, they're selling this much, and just from watching their social media I can tell that they have this live program that has this many calls a week, and this live program, and this mastermind, and this one-on-one, and they have all these different things all happening, and they must be so burnt out because they're doing so much. And when we decided to step into this, and something that we're actually teaching inside of Sex and Money, which I'm so fucking excited about, is this concept of your income comes from your creativity. So how creative can you allow yourself to be? Creativity isn't draining, it's fun. Creativity is energizing. Creativity is expansive. So how can we allow ourselves to be so creative that things are just constantly flowing out of us? And the people in our world can come into whatever they want to come into. We're not creating it from a place of like, oh, I need to create this thing in order to make more money. We're creating this thing from a place of inspiration and desire and pleasure and like play. So that's the shift from working towards something to stepping into it now. To saying, you know what? Now's the time. I'm going to make this happen. Who do I need to become? How do I need to act? What do I need to do to be that person? Be, do, have. You've got to be the kind of person to get yourself into a state so that you can do the action, so you can have what it is that you want. So fucking good. Everything changes when you embody your $1 million energy. You're going to change how you dress. You're going to change how you speak. You're going to change how you create content. You're going to change how you show up for your clients. You're going to change your boundaries within your paid spaces. And you stop attracting inconsistent clients and almost clients and maybe clients when you fully step into this. Sales become effortless because you're operating from certainty. You no longer hesitate to make bold moves, like letting go of your team or hiring a new team or different investments or different visibility opportunities. So you guys know this, but scaling is not just about making more money. It's about holding more in every way, holding more clients, holding more income, holding more responsibility. So as you expand into your next level of wealth and power and leadership, you're going to have to learn to recognize when you're shrinking versus expanding, and make that recognition make you take action immediately so that you stop shrinking and you start expanding. So a couple of questions for you to walk away with today is, one, are you making decisions based off of fear or power? I want to know down in the comments. Where are your current business decisions coming from? Is it based on fear? What if I make this move and then I don't create the result that I wanted? What if I do this thing and then it ends up not being the right decision, which I could go into a whole other episode about. The right decision for you is the decision that you continuously remind yourself and decide and declare is the right decision. There's infinite decisions we can make every single day, and none of them are wrong. The only one that's wrong is the decision that you avoid and delay and put off over and over and over again, and you never do anything about, you never take action on. Next question for you. Are you waiting for proof before claiming your next level? Are you waiting to hit 200K months before you can claim $1 million? Where are you holding yourself back right now? So the 3 shifts to fully step into your $1 million energy. Number 1, you've got to create your self-concept. You've got to upgrade your self-concept. You've got to stop seeing yourself as on the way. I'm a beginner. I'm getting there. I'm more experienced. You've got to see yourself as the expert and start acting like the person who already has what it is that you're creating. Number 2, you've got to calibrate to the right rooms, being in proximity to the people who are normalizing what feels absolutely batshit crazy to you right now. What feels maybe impossible, or maybe feels possible but feels like a long stretch. You've got to actually be in the rooms with those people, because our nervous systems calibrate to each other. So if you're always the most expansive person in the room, that's not a good thing. You need to go get around people who are also expansive for you. Number 3 is creating from certainty, not scarcity. You've got to stop second-guessing your pricing, stop second-guessing your offers, stop second-guessing your strategy, stop second-guessing your moves, stop second-guessing your social media content, and just fucking run, sprint, go, do it. Take crazy action. Crazy in the sense of everyone else is going to be looking at you being like, holy shit, how do they have so much time to be able to create so many amazing things for people? It's because you're not fucking distracted. It's because you're actually using your creativity instead of just consuming all the time. So if you've loved this episode, I would love to invite you into the Vibrant Year. And this is where you step into this energy that we're talking about here fully. We've got 4 different in-person mastermind days throughout the entire year. They're phenomenal. They're like my absolute favorite thing in the world to do. And everything that we're talking about in this episode, this is why I created the Vibrant Year, because I know what happens when you finally stop playing small. You step into your highest level of leadership and you surround yourself with other people who are doing the same thing. So inside the Vibrant Year, we're not just talking about 100K months, we're normalizing them. We're normalizing every next step and evolution on your journey, everywhere that you want to go. So if you're ready to embody this next level, this is the space for you. There's going to be more information down below. And if you want to test a little something out first, you can join Sex and Money, where my husband Jonathan and I are teaching really everything about this. Sex and money, the energetics, strategy, all the different ways that you can really expand your receptivity to both, how you can rewire your receptivity to pleasure and abundance in a 6-week, really life-changing, phenomenal program. So I hope to see you in one or both of these spaces.